Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm here to show you guys how I make Irish sea moss gel. So here I have a Wildcrafted sea moss, and you want to make sure that you don't use a lot of it because a little goes a long way. You can use it for cooking, smoothies, you can just eat it straight out, but it can last for up to 2 weeks. Here I'm putting in 2 key limes, and I'm gonna put more in later, but this is just the rinsing process. Here I'm using spring water, and this is just a jug that I use, but that water is actually fountain spring water from our local fountain just outside of Colorado Springs in Manitou Springs. You want to give it a good rinse in the water, making sure to get any debris off of the sea moss. I did have a bit of sand left in the bottom of my bowl, but it came off pretty easily. So I poured the water off and I rinsed out my bowl, and I added more water, more limes, and I squeezed the limes and left the lime peels in. And I'm just playing around, trying to make sure all the juice is squeezed out of the limes. You want to make sure that your sea moss is completely submerged. This is what it looks like after an overnight rest on my countertop. You can put a towel over it or just sit it, but you want it to sit for at least 4 hours, but 12 hours is best. I'm saving the water that sat overnight because it's packed with minerals just like the sea moss, and I'm going to refrigerate it and I can use it to cook with or just add it to smoothies. That's how the sea moss looked after sitting overnight versus before. So now it's time to blend things up to make our gel. You just take all of the sea moss and you put it inside of your blender, and you make sure that you pack it down just a little bit. And what you're gonna do is add your spring water, and you're gonna try to make sure that it's kind of covered. It can just be even with the amount of sea moss if you want it, but don't stress about the amount, just make sure you have enough. Then you're just gonna blend until you notice that it's not going as crazy as it is right now on the screen. Like, you'll notice that it's gonna settle down, and once it gets to that point, you can taste it and see if it's at the texture that you want. So now I'm gonna give you a few benefits of Irish sea moss. It's packed with calcium, folate, iron, zinc, copper, sodium, iodine, boron, magnesium, phosphoric acid, potassium, selenium, sulfur, some carbohydrates, nitrogen, and vitamins A to E and K. Irish sea moss is a form of algae that has many benefits. It might help stimulate proper thyroid function, boost the immune system, reduce inflammation, and improve digestion. Sea moss has been used medicinally in other cultures for decades to treat conditions ranging from coughs and infections to low libido. One study found that sea moss had a prebiotic effect on animals when consumed. It's also found to have a compound that stimulates the metabolism, which basically can help with weight loss. And it synthesizes collagen to give you healthy, shiny hair and smooth skin. It has anti-inflammatory powers that can help protect the brain from diseases like Parkinson's. Always ask your doctor before starting a new supplement. It's rich in iodine, which is good for the thyroid, but if you're already taking thyroid medication, you want to make sure that you tell your doctor so they can give you the best advice. Back to the sea moss. As you can see, it's kind of settling down a little bit. It's starting to not bounce around so much in the blender. The amount of time it takes to blend this up depends on your blender. I have a Ninja, but I know those who have Vitamixes, it takes no time to blend this up into a very smooth paste. I ended up getting 16 ounces plus maybe another 8 ounces, and it was pretty gelatinous. But as I let it sit on the counter to coagulate, I guess you could say, it became a lot more solid. So it takes time for that process to happen. If you don't want to wait, you can just put a cloth over it and sit it in the fridge. Once it's solid, all you have to do is put your top on it and keep it refrigerated. Use it whenever you want. It can last 2 to 3 weeks.